everyone. We have Bastien Coves, my very dearest friend from Bastinelli Knives, here for our third podcast. So, hey, bro, welcome.
Thank you to invite me.
It's good to see you, and we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And let's get started. So, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you. So, brother, let's just get a little bit of background on, how we met. Let's see it from your eyes, just how our relationship and our, thing began. So let's start with you.
I think I met you for the first time. It was like maybe 7 years ago at the Blade Show, maybe 8 years ago. Blade Show Atlanta.
Yeah.
And you come really quick at the table, just wish me luck and make some good compliment about my blade. And I think you did that during like 2 or 3 years already, like coming at the table like usual, shake my hand, because I know every time at the Blade Show you are busy. But I think like maybe 4 years ago, close to 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you stay a little bit more longer at the table, and we started to talk a little bit more serious. So yeah, that was the beginning of that. But I'm a big fan of Microtech since I'm little, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It ages me when you say this little, though.
Yeah,
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. So, just a little bit of background for, the folks watching tonight. Just tell me, how did you get into the knives? How did you get into the making? Just give me a little bit of history there.
At the beginning, I collect knife since I'm kid, because I love knives. That's it. And I started to have a big collection from different brands, principally American brands, And like 15 years ago, I have a chance to take a new way in my life and to learn some new stuff. And I say, why not to learn how to make knives? So, 15 years ago, I decided, okay, I have a collection, but why not to make my own one? So I started to learn with some French knife smiths and knife maker in France. And that was the beginning of that. After the first seminar, I say, wow, that is maybe some stuff I want to do all day.
That's cool. If you could name just maybe one, inspiration, you say the French knife makers.
Yeah.
But there had to have been maybe one particular person that inspired you the most.
So you have to understand, like at the beginning when I collect knife, I have lots of name in my head. But for the rest, it was like the guy who teach me, my mentor who teach me everything. It was like Christian Moretti. In France, he's a knife smith. He teach me during like 3 years how to forge blade and everything like this, because it was pretty old school concept.
Sure.
And after it was François Bignon, a French guy who worked a little bit on the more modern way, stock removal and stuff like this, and make some beautiful folder, really elegant. I spent like 1 year with him, and after that, I decided to make my own stuff, and different kind of inspiration from French people like Fred Perrin, very famous.
Of course.
I never know I'm gonna know you like a little bit after that, but I have a big like maybe 30 Microtech blade collection in my bag, and I didn't know one day I'm gonna be sit in front of you and talking to you. But that was
that's cool.
Different inspiration and different contact during the year. Yeah,
that's really, really good. So I take it you were born in France.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, in Paris.
Just tell me a little bit about your history, just a little bit. You don't have to go too deep. But
no, I'm not going to go too deep.
You have an interesting lineage.
I'm going to ask you to put some dramatic music at the end. Like it's going to be like some American movie.
Nick can get it done. He can
I'm
bring
going
it
to cry
in.
maybe.
Yeah.
You want me to cry? Is it going to be...
Dude, don't get me going, because I'm going to fucking start crying. And then it's going to be fucking... there's going to be shit all over the internet.
So yes,
tell me just a little bit of history about your background.
Yeah. Like just born in Paris and... family, normal family, parents divorced after a few years, and after like I built my own stuff on my side with my mom. My mom have a new family on his side, and we built something with a better balance, with my little brother and everything like this, and nothing bad about my the way I was raised, everything was great. When you live in France, it's not like what you imagine. Everything is great over there except the tax, but but no, for the rest, beautiful family, like different personality inside my family, so pretty good. Really proud of my father, because my father was a big model for me, because he worked in the police, in law enforcement during a few years, was a bodyguard. I have some picture of him with Arafat, with Bill Clinton, with stuff like this in France, with the Pope. So that's from all my education and stuff like this. A little
That's
bit of
really
mix
cool.
of everything.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Beautiful story. So, I know you've been making knives for a little bit,
Yeah.
and we all love these designs. But what inspired you to, take up residence here in the United States? I mean, what drew you to this country?
When I started to make knife like 15 years ago, I started to be really local. I make knife in my garage, and after that, I make knife in a little bit for some city in France, and I started to want to make some show. And it was like 10 years ago, I make my first blade show, my first gathering in Vegas. So imagine my first time in the United States was to put my foot in Vegas for the first time.
Right.
So that was my image of the United States, Vegas. So imagine you're a French guy, you arrive in the airport, you arrive in Vegas and say, wow, that is the United States. You know Vegas. So it's not maybe the best image. It's not maybe the best image of United States, but it's part of the country. And it's really funny. So I spent my first gathering over there, and 11 years ago now. And the market was pretty welcoming. People was like, oh man, you make a good job. Yeah. And after a few years, we started to have some requests from United States. When I was in France, some order, and I decided to say, hey, you know what? Why not to work a little bit closer in the United States, and why not to try something over there? Because it looked like some clients are interesting to work with us.
Well, that's what I appreciate about not only this industry but this country. What makes America great? It's the mixing pool of all different dialects and all different people from all over the world that give us the uniqueness. And I think that it's been that way for a good long bit. And that's what I always appreciate about when people come over here, have a tendency to really, really appreciate this country. I know we have our issues in our politics and stuff like that, but I still think, I could be wrong, but hardly. Just kidding. But basically, this country is the greatest country still in the world. It's my home. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Even though I travel abroad and everything else like you have, I always look forward to coming home. So I like to see it from other people's perspective on what they think about being here. And, we cope with our issues with everything around us. But I still think that America is great because of that diversification, because people like you that come over that have a vision and can make your dreams become a reality. So, we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's the American dream. The American dream, like, when we're from France or from other country in Europe, we have some image about United States and principally in the inside the movie. That we make some jokes sometimes about that. Everything we think about the movie.
We do.
Yeah. Everything about United States is inside the movie with some stuff. But when you arrive here, you understand like you have lots of opportunity. You need just a good timing, a good to catch the good opportunity and a good motivation. You have to work, and normally when you work, something can happen. I don't know if it's something good, but something can happen.
Of course.
And in some country, like in France, you can work, but at some point, when you arrive at the limits, because you pay too much tax, you try to develop your company, everything started to be like really, really expensive. Really, really expensive. So you can like develop your company on the way you want.
Sure.
And here, since like 6 years I'm here, the company developed like a lot. We have like lots of opportunity, lots of connection, and good motivation to do it. And the country help us to do that. So that is awesome. So it's for that, yeah, it's true what you say. Like clearly America is good for people who have projects, motivation, idea, and you can try. Why not,
I think so. So, tell us a little bit about your, just your operations right now. My biggest thing for you is just like, I'm always curious, what are the upward challenges that you face and what are your objectives going forward?
So for the moment, we if I have to compare like the company 5-6 years ago when we arrived and now, we already developed like a little bit bigger. We are like bigger than the beginning, and in the future we would like to develop a little bit bigger, like building, more production, make a little bit more made in USA, and because like you say, and like like lots of stuff we do are made in Italy for the production.
Sure.
Every custom we do is made in USA, and we would like to put a little bit more stuff inside the country. So that will be the project, to develop a little bit more the made in USA, and hire more people too, like to grow up, like that is the goal.
It could be extremely challenging employing people.
Yeah,
I know, I've heard some of your stories and stuff like that, but, I think it has to do with just the persona of people and their willingness to want to, work and move forward. I dig the whole knife culture, so I could see how that could be, something that somebody would really want to get into, even from other trades. And I know it's hard because we don't often get the fact where somebody comes in from the knife making world, and sometimes they do, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But most of the folks that we've had come over to, at least, on the microtech side, have always come from other trades. But if they have that vision, like you say, and they have that ability to say, you know what, I don't care what the fuck I do, I'm going to do it good, and I'm going to learn,
Yeah.
And we like those types, sometimes they stick with it, sometimes they don't, but, I think that's just one of the conditions today. You just got to continue to beat the bush for that talent, that diamond in the rough.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So other than that,
yeah,
we'll talk a little bit about work. Tell me about a little bit about the collaborations. I'm going to have you articulate it from your point of view. Microtech is really, really super enjoyed. Myself personally, like I've said before in other podcasts, we don't collaborate with anybody that's not considered family or that can come into my home that I would have over for a meal or dinner or elsewhere. So, Bastien Coves and his family are like my family too. So, it means a lot that you contribute to Microtech, and you do so passionately. But tell us about your collaborations and why.
So first, imagine, I come back always on the beginning, 15 years ago when I have my collection, my Microtech collection. If somebody told me, in 15 years, you're going to be sit like this because you're going to make some design for Microtech, I'm going to say, shut the fuck up. Because it's not true, But yeah, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be part of the team, and the idea about what I can build, what kind of stuff a guy like me can bring inside a Microtech company, because you are here since lots of years. You already make lots of design, lots of concepts,
of course,
and what kind of stuff I can put inside your company who can change a little bit the identity and mix your identity and mine. So the idea was to bring the iconic first, the karambit, because I'm a little bit addict of the karambit, and after that we jump on different kind of design, like the bee, the brachial, and I think we build something different that normally you used to do, and but with the identity of Microtech inside, particularly on the mechanism of the brachial. The mechanism inside this stuff is awesome. The spring inside the stuff. Just the song,
it's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. It's strong.
That knife actually speaks to me. Like I said, I even like the iconic series, which again, the fixed blades we still run. The folders were very, very difficult to reverse the mechanism.
But the challenge of that was crazy, bro.
It was cool, and I'm not going to say that we're going to discount not making it. It has to be in that mil spec line. It was a little tricky for us to do, but the fixed blades are great. The only thing that scares me, two things scare me: butterfly knives and your fucking karambits.
Yeah,
I cut myself every time I pick one up.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. So the incorporating that DNA into the brachial and stuff like that. I mean, those are tough built knives. This is as good as it gets. And the B, I hate to, again, what a fucking great product, and it's been so well received. And I hope that we can, continue to increase productivity on that. We have the feather as well, which I don't have pictured here, but those pieces are really rock solid. But the B and the brachial, I'm going to say, out of all your designs, including the explicit, which I love, that particular piece, that's on the custom end. But these two here, these are going to go for some miles, dude. So there's no doubt about it. I know that you've had already some very, very good feedback from some customers that have been, fielding this particular piece. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit on that.
Actually, like I say, I already designed a few folders, but this one is really specific because he used the Microtech technology and mechanism for the fact you can open that like this. But for the B, I already designed few push dagger in my life, and this one, the balance and the dynamic of this one make probably one of the best push dagger I never designed in my life, really.
I think so. It's extremely appealing to everybody that gets it, and the people that have gotten it really, really appreciate.
Yeah.
And you're talking end users, simple users, all the way up to mil-spec users, LEO. I've had zero to no complaints other than the fact that we just can't get them to market a little bit quicker. But you're right. Ergonomics on that, once you get the plan with it, man, I'll tell you what, that's about all you need. It's definitely... a menacing little piece, rightfully so. So good job on that one there. We're very proud that we're able to make that.
I'm happy, bro. I'm happy.
So what are you drinking tonight, bro?
Some champagne. So what?
This is 2008 Dom Perignon.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Haven't had champagne in a while. It's nice. I think since when we brought Carla on, we had her over for a look-see, and she had the champagne. Maybe I'm wrong, but who knows? We'll do her podcast. I'll maybe get back to that one. But I like champagne. It's nice.
Yeah,
it always reminds me. Anytime I have a champagne or something like that, or I see it, always reminds me of Paris.
Yeah, Paris.
I don't know. It's just one of those iconic things for me. I can't wait to get back. I hope we can. I want to see some other things other than just going to the shows. I've appreciate and love downtown Paris, but I want to see the countryside and stuff like that. Yeah. If you had a recommendation where to go, if you said, hey bro, you get to go one last time before the world ends, this is where you need to be, where would that be?
It's complicated because France is an old country and you have lots of beautiful places. But actually, if you want to visit like something old, really old with lots of history, I think Carcassonne.
Okay.
Carcassonne, because you have a castle over there, you have the museum, you have lots of some stuff like really, really old. South of France is pretty beautiful. You have some kind of beautiful beach, beautiful area, like really enjoy the vacation over there. The food, I can't tell you like which place is better than the other one because every part of France you have some different speciality,
different cuisines, sure.
and people too. Like people imagine French people like pretty angry and not very polite and pretty,
Only at some of the coffee shops.
Yeah.
And I had to tell Sibo when I took Sebastian there, he was ready to kick some motherfucker's ass.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he's being totally nice to you. He's like, that motherfucker not being nice to me.
Because they are not paid by tip, bro. They are not paid by tip over there. So
no, they're not. So the guy was grumpy, but
yeah.
It's funny because we go get a freaking cappuccino or a fucking espresso. It's just like, dude, it's okay.
Yeah, you don't have, we don't have, and that's actually, you talk about the big difference between your country and mine. and it's like, when you arrive here, you say, hello, I'm Kevin. I'm gonna take care of you guys. How are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like this kind of stuff like this. It's like they take care of you. The guy look like your family. When you go in France, say, what do you want?
Exactly.
Okay, you want that? Okay, give me a second because I have some.
I remember my first trip to freaking Paris with Susan, and we bring in the cases. Yeah, it was at the Charles de Gaulle airport, and I'm rolling my cases along. Here come these 8 freaking, because they run in packs at the airport. The military guys with the fucking FAMAS rifles. I'm like, here we go.
You don't know the guy. You don't know the name of the guy. The guy don't smell too much.
They didn't smile. They're like, what's in the case? I'm like.
But it's not everywhere like this. No. Particularly in the big city, you have some place like this really specific when the people are on the rush and don't have time to be friend with you, and because they don't care, because you leave like maybe like $1 tips and stuff like this, and they don't care.
I know.
But is the service clearly inside United States is crazy. That was a big difference when the people like take care of you, say, are you sure you're okay? Okay, we can need help.
Like,
let me know. Let me know.
You go there, you eat. But I've actually been to some great places where once they loosen up, once they get even to know you, even the second time around when I went to France, we went to, the restaurant escapes me. But we went back, the people remembered us. It was myself and Hank Greenberg. Yeah. And we went back and they're like, oh my God, Hunk, oh my God. It's just like, okay, they remembered us, because we had a good time. Yeah. We were with family at the time, and it was just we got some personal service. But I get what you're saying. We take it with a grain of salt when we travel. But man, I miss Paris so bad.
Yeah, Paris
there's
is a good
something
place
to be in love with there. The people. I know the shows is what it is, but I go there for the trip. I go there for the camaraderie.
You have lots of good places over there. Lots of good places, but you have to go a little bit more outside. And every city have speciality, have some kind of different kind of welcoming, and that is good. It's a good place to go for sure.
So if I had to say, hey bro, where's your next spot? I know you've traveled the world too, but if you had one spot, during all this COVID shit and everything else, I often wondered if we'd ever get out again. But if you had to go visit again, if I said, hey bro, you get to pick one more place to go, where would you take you and your beautiful family?
Everywhere in the world?
Anywhere. Where would you want to go? If it was the last time that you get to travel with you and your beautiful family.
Yeah, it's going to be Corsica. Okay.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, 100% sure.
I wanted to hear where your heart was at.
Like 100% is going to be like the island, Corsica. That is a place, because that is if nobody know, like you have a small island, part in France. Some people say it's not part in France, but it's a complicated story. But but yeah, this small island have everything. The oceans, the mountain,
have everything.
The culture, everything. People with a big heart, and the food is incredible, and you spend like a really good time. That remind you some kind of place you love in Italy. You know,
That's
like some in a small city, small town.
Just so you know, Florence. I can't wait to get back. I love Rome, but you go to Florence, you don't get hustled, and I mean that. So yes, I love Florence. I got some wonderful memories there.
Yeah.
I got so many places to see, but I wanted to hear from your eyes.
Where
you would want to be
like
next.
If one place I have to pick, before all of the rest, it's going to be Corsica, 100%.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, what are you looking forward to this year? I mean, we got a busy work schedule. You know that. We're going to kill it this year, but...
we have lots of projects.
We got some projects. Blade Show. Like 2 months away. And NRA, back to back. Thanks, NRA, again.
Yeah.
You know, let's go, Brandon. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't supposed to talk about politics. But in any event, you know, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for our team. You know, I've spent some time with your family. I love them to death. And I look forward to coming back down to Florida.
Yeah, you are welcome to come every time. You know that already. And Florida, it's a good place to live, actually.
It is.
It's probably one of the best in the country.
So a little bit of tease out there. You know, when we get a little bit of operations going back on the Space Coast again, man, we'll be able to see each other a little bit more often. But you're always welcome here. So anyway, do you have any questions for me?
No, bro. You know, like I deal with no, everything is good.
Well, this is good. I'm going to conclude our third edition. And again, Mr. Bastien Coves from Bastinelli Knives. Check out his gear. You won't meet a better maker, better friend, and a better brother. Good night.